Exodus. Chapter 12. They shall eat the flesh that night, roasted on fire. With unleavened bread and bitter herbs, they shall eat it. And thus you shall eat it, with your belt fastened, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat it in haste. The timber of the door frame is wet, sticky with blood. Outside, a terror is moving through the dirt streets that defies human language. But inside the house, you are standing in the pitch black. A leather belt pulled tight across your ribs. The heavy wood of a walking stick pressing a dull ache into your palm. Stiff sandals on the dirt floor of your own kitchen. Dressed for a wasteland you have never seen. And you are chewing. The meat is tough scalding. The herbs burn the roof of your mouth. God did not tell them to plate it beautifully. He told them to swallow the bitterness whole. No one is speaking. The only sound is a family forcing ash-covered lamb down their throats in the shadows, while the devastation drags itself past the wood of the door. They were not gathered to admire the animal. They were terrified of the hours ahead, doing the only thing that would keep their legs from buckling in the sand by tomorrow afternoon, ingesting the flesh. The crimson on the wood told the death to pass. It was a barrier, but a shield cannot sustain a human body in the desert. To survive the blistering gravel on the other side of that door, God gave a second instruction. Consume the sacrifice. Incorporate it. Let it become part of your physical frame. You cannot cross a wasteland by observing a substitute from a distance. We spend our lives standing in the front yard, staring at the blood on the wood, grateful reverent weeping at the sight of the cross, and hollow inside, running on fumes by a random Tuesday afternoon. A spirit dragging its heels through the dirt of a week it cannot explain to anyone. The shield held, the blood worked, but we are collapsing anyway, because we stared at the Lamb and never sat down in the dark to eat. Thursday night. A cramped, low wooden table. 12 exhausted men who do not know what the next 18 hours will require of them. Jesus reaches for the bread. His chest is still rising and falling. The skin of his hands is unbroken warm, and he tears the loaf in half. Looks at the men sitting in the dim light. This is my body, broken for you. Take, eat. The meal came before the sacrifice, the fuel for a catastrophe no one in that room could yet picture. Grace, swallowed before anyone understood what it would cost. The antidote, placed on the tongue before the wound was even made. Not, watch what I am about to do. Eat. Because tomorrow would empty them to the marrow, and they had nothing in reserve. So he gave from himself. First, you are in your own Thursday night right now. The water hasn't parted. The Friday you are dreading is still somewhere in the dark ahead of you. Your hands are empty. Your spirit is starved. This is not a metaphor to be admired from a safe distance. It is sustenance. You do not need to figure out how to survive tomorrow. You do not need to feel ready for the wasteland. You just need to swallow. The bread is sitting right in front of you. The night is still pitch black outside. Take. Eat.
The rough edge of the wood under my wrists, the cup still warm from the hand before mine. You ripped the bread and held it out to me. I didn't ask what tomorrow was going to cost. I just put it in my mouth. It's dark in here. The oil lamps are barely holding on. You said this was your body. I don't fully understand, but my throat is dry, and I am so tired of being empty. I am chewing the bread because you told me to, holding the cup because you poured it out. I don't know what Friday will ask of me. I don't have the legs for the road ahead, but I'm swallowing. I'm swallowing. Let me sit here a little longer. Let the bread come apart on my tongue before the sky turns black, before everything we built in this room comes apart. It is still Thursday. The door is locked. I came to this table with nothing, and you fed me